Hi everybody, Laura here. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm excited to be a part of the Let's Chill release blog hop with Simon Says Stamp, and I have a fun, colorful geometric project to share with you featuring the new Retro Tiles background cling stamp that just came out in the Let's Chill release. So I'm going to mount this on my full-size Misty here. I took out the insert pad and the magnet. I'm going to clean it first, just give it a little wipe down. And then I'm going to take a panel of white cardstock. I'm actually using hammer mill. Any white cardstock will do, but I really do love the hammer mill. My base of my Misty is already sticky from previous projects where I've put tape runner on there. But just in case, I'm going to hold it down with a little Easy C tape just to keep it secure. Okay, so now here we're getting a little fancy schmancy, a little bit of masking, actually a lot of masking, but I think it was worth it. I took scraps of cardstock that I trimmed and I just isolated each shape or each grouping of shapes that I wanted to keep together individual color. There's no other way to individually stamp all these shapes in different colors unless you isolate them with masking. So this first rectangle is getting inked up with Peony, one of my favorite pops of peony pink. I'm using all positively saturated inks, and this one I only had to stamp once. A lot of times I have to stamp it twice. Just whatever happens, happens. Okay, so now I'm going to isolate two of these little pie shape, like so. And I used Post-it tape to hold my little mask, my little makeshift mask together. And I'm going to ink this up with grapefruit. And yes, I do have a little bit of a frog in my throat. We just got back from vacation. We went up to Lake Michigan, had a wonderful time. On the last day, got a cold. Been fighting it ever since. Nothing better than a nice summer cold. And yeah, I got the frog. It's going through our whole family. Started with Bo. Bailey and I got it. Now Alex and Emma. That's how it goes, you know, goes through the family. And so every time I clean, you got to make sure every time you stay real clean and you don't get any smudging. And this time I'm using all rainbow colors, trying to pack in as much color as I possibly can. And so, yeah, we had a fabulous time on Lake Michigan. We rented a little house, looked out onto the water. It was just like walk out into the beach every day. And Hank, by the way, loved it. Couldn't stop swimming. We had him like hooked up to a really long rope lead, whatever you call it, and he would swim all day if you let him. Roll around in the sand, dig in the sand, all the things that a dog living his best life got to do. So it was fun to see him do that, and it was a nice little getaway, only 3-hour drive up north, and Lake Michigan is so big, you feel like you're on the ocean. You can't see the other side, and but it's fresh water, and we had a great time, except for the fact that I got sick on the last day, been fighting it. I had to do several videos when I got home, and now I have this like froggy, congested voice. But we're working it through. We're making it happen. Okay, TIDEPOOL. That's the next color. So I had to create a lot of different masks. Some people might say, man, that's tedious. How else are you going to make magic happen? You know what I'm saying? Here's another thing. When we were on vacation, driving through this little old town, I think it's Michigan City or whatever, there was a shop called Hoity Toity. And I just had to tell you that story. As soon as I thought, because I say that every once in a while. My mom used to always say that when somebody's acting real hoity-toity. You know, like they're better than you. They're hoity-toity. And I saw that shop and I just chuckled. Anyway, okay, so moving on to the blues. And this is Cadette, which really gets me out of bed in the morning. This marching band Cadette blue is where it's at. Now, here's another new color. I believe this is ORCHID. So this new Let's Chill release had 15 new ink colors. 9 of those are purple shades. So if you're a purple lover, you're going to love the new ink colors. And did I mention I'm using all positively saturated inks for this whole project? And I used a lot of colors. Rounding it out with pucker. Nothing better than a good old pucker. It's like a bright orangey red, and it's a pop. It's a party waiting to happen. Okay, so you could add more shapes if you wanted to. It is a lot of work masking them off, but I mean, look at the color. I think it's more than worth it. But I'm going to stop right here. I'm doing one last kick at the can with pucker, and then I'm going to stop. Sometimes you got to know when to hold them. and this felt like a good point to stop. You can see that the design is off center, so I'm going to crop this down with my paper trimmer and try very carefully to center it. This will make it much smaller than my card base, but it'll give a beautiful thick border, which I love. So I put foam tape on the back, popping this up on a fog card base. And then now for a sentiment, I have one of the smallest sentiment label dies, and these are the reverse chill summer sentiment strips. I just did a simple thinking of you. You can never go wrong with a thinking of you. Took that off camera, ran it through the die cutting machine, and then I'll take my little mini trimmer to cut off the sides, put foam tape on the back. And now here's the thing I've been becoming more and more dependent on is this little mini T-square ruler. It helps you to find the center, and it helps you to get it perfectly straight. Love that feature. And then finish it off with a few little raindrops by Little Things from Lucy, and this clean, simple, graphic, but colorful card is finished. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure and check out the rest of the Let's Chill release blog hop, and check out the Let's Chill release with Simon Says Stamp. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.